last Thursday, so,
Well, why weren't you here?
because I was spending with my husband.
That makes sense. Okay. Good to have the whistle back. All right, guys, come on in and grab a seat, and we'll get rolling here with our Christmas edition of the support group meeting. Thank you for attending the Racing for Recovery support group meeting. We are focused on maintaining a drug-free and healthy lifestyle. Since 2001, our Open Forum meeting welcomes parents, adolescents, recovering individuals, and anyone who supports our mission. Your suggestions, comments, or ideas are welcome to make our meetings the best they can be. The Racing for Recovery support group meeting is a cutting-edge alternative to what is currently offered by combining substance abusers, families, friends, and the public at large. We have created an environment that is beneficial to everyone who has been affected by alcohol and drug addiction. We start at 7 o'clock. Please be on time. Please turn off your cell phones, and please stay off of them. Oh, God, I can't even see anymore. Please, only one person speaks at a time, and when you do speak, do it loudly so everyone can hear you. These things, court slips, on Thursdays, leave them out in the hallway in the little green box. We'll sign them, and you can pick them up when we're done with our discussion. But for these two guys, we'll sign them up here for you tonight. You're all good. Right? Honesty is required. If you're feeling good, share that. We want to hear how awesome it is for you to be in sobriety. If you are struggling with sustaining sobriety, make sure you share that so we can help you so you're good when you walk out of this awesome meeting tonight. Feel free to openly share your comments and points of view on how alcohol and drug addiction has impacted your life. This meeting is open to people of all ages and welcomes diversity. So please refrain from using excessive foul language or discriminating against any. Oh my God, I literally can't see this anymore.
Get some glasses.
I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm normally going by memory. This meeting is open to people of all ages and welcomes diversity. So please refrain from using excessive foul language or language that discriminates against any race, gender, religion, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or disability in order to maintain an atmosphere of respect and dignity for all who are present. If you see a visitor, a new member, or a returning member that you haven't seen in a while, please warmly welcome them into our program. And I haven't said this in a little while, meet somebody new tonight. If you see somebody you don't know, make a beeline to them after the meeting and introduce yourself. Please refrain from leaving the meeting while it's in progress because it's still annoying. I'm glad that everybody quit smoking. That's awesome to hear. And as I always say, if you're going to litter, please do it in one of our trash cans. Who has their lifestyles of recovery?
The lifestyle recovery guidelines are intended to be utilized by recovering individuals, their families, anyone else who is striving to avoid substance abuse and achieve sobriety. Guidelines number 1, recognizing that substance abuse ruins lives. 2, wanting to pursue positive alternatives to substance abuse, such as our education, employment, quality relationships, and health and fitness. 3, using resources such as friends, family, teachers, and peers as a way to achieve and remain sober. Adding sports, art, or music to these resources will help us stay focused and motivated. 4, defining balance and working towards making it a part of everyday life. 5, building self-esteem and confidence through sobriety to combat negative feelings regarding oneself. 6, understanding that negative behaviors of isolation and self-pity lead to self-destruction. 7, lifting a person up is different than allowing them to continue their destructive lifestyles. Be there for yourself and be patient with your friends and family. 8, learning how to help without supporting the addict's behavior. Providing example. 10, caring for our personal, emotional, physical, and spiritual individuality is the source we use for our sense of worth. Each person is truly magnificent. Our mission at Racing for Recovery is to prevent all forms of substance abuse by promoting the lifestyle of fitness and health for all those affected by addiction.
Awesome. Who's here for their first ever Racing for Recovery meeting tonight? Jeff, right?
Yes, sir.
Met you earlier. Okay, here's what we do at every Racing for Recovery meeting. This is what's been different about us for 18 years. We just want you to introduce yourself, say your name and why you're here tonight, and possibly how we can help you.
I'm Dustin. I'm here because I care about my life today. Because like I decided to face my problems head on. Like I've been able to live an awesome life, and because of like the choices I made, I've done extraordinary things.
Chris.
My name's Chris. I'm here to be the best person I can be. Finding my passions, pursuing them, learning what's worked for other people, and applying them to my life.
I'm Amy. I'm here to be the best Amy I can.
My name is Alina, and I'm here to continue learning how to heal from the traumas. And I wanted to get up and do that. I feel right. Rise. You know that James Brown?
Yeah, I'm with
He said
you.
if you feel good.
You just kind of did that, right? Yeah.
Well, you know, I didn't get up and slide across the floor.
Kurt.
I'm here for positive support.
Right on, Mike.
My name is Brian. I'm here to start my life over.
I'm Bob here for positive deterrent.
Zach, I'm here to continue learning and solidify my sobriety.
So I'm here for love.
I'm Ashley, and I'm here to show my daughter Natalie that there's a better way to live.
I'm Bobby. I'm here for some positivity tonight.
My name's Fane. I'm here to give and get support.
I'm Mike. I'm here for sobriety, positivity, goals, and achievement.
I'm Samantha, and I'm here to continue learning.
I'm Adam here to learn a new lifestyle.
I'm Tony. I'm here to remain teachable.
I'm Monica. I'm here to realize my full potential. I'm Candy, and I came tonight because I'm worth it.
I'm Hassan and I'm here to learn.
I'm Rashad. I'm here to hear something that might save my life.
Matt, and I'm here to learn to be a better person, live a better life. I'm Kareem. I'm here to support Matt and learn new things.
Good hat, Kareem. I like that.
Go Blues.
My man,
No, I'm Wes. I'm here to stick and stay.
Larry.
I'm Larry. I'm here because this works for me, and I'm just glad to be here. I'm Greg. I come here because of my grandson. I'm really grateful for the things that I hear here. It helps me to cope.
My name's Kelly, and I'm here to try and keep the balance during this crazy time of year. And I would like everyone to try and hug someone tonight in memory of Grandma.
Yep. Chuck.
I'm Jeff. I'm here for meaningful change.
I'm Steve, and I'm here to continue the journey to try to find out who the heck I really am.
I'm Matt. I'm here for positivity and for change.
My name is Josh. I'm here to continue to grow as a person.
And what do you have on Monday, young man?
A year.
Yeah.
I'm Kelsey. I'm here to keep an open mind.
Good.
I'm Brittany, and I'm here to love myself again.
I'm TJ. I'm here to just learn. I'm Randall. I come to this program just to live life.
I'm John. I'm here because I love myself. I'm here for the support, man.
I'm Shelby. I'm here to stay consistent and for positivity.
I'm Des. I'm here for growth and positivity.
I'm Heather, and I'm here because
Little one next to you?
Who are you?
Right. Go ahead, Alan.
I'm Allie. I'm here for direction.
I'm Jessica, and I'm here to maintain balance with my life and my recovery.
I'm Michael. I'm here to figure out my life's purpose.
I'm Jenny. I'm here to support this great program, and also to make it through these rough holiday weeks.
I'm Taylor. I'm here because I deserve happiness. And tomorrow's my 3 months.
I'm Justin. I'm here to learn and support.
I'm Brandon. I'm here because this is where I learned to love myself.
I'm Junior. I'm here to stay clean. And like what was mentioned earlier,
grandma obviously passed away.
Yep.
She was one of the, from what I've seen, one of the most freest people I've ever met because the amount of love that illuminated from her. One day I wish I could be that free.
I'm Troy, I'm right here where I need to be. Wait, Troy.
My name's Bob. I'm here to listen, learn, and apply.
I'm Adam. I'm here to keep moving forward with my recovery.
My name's Kevin. I'm here to continue changing my life.
I'm Emma, and I'm here because I like who I am when I'm here.
I'm Deb. I'm Emma's mom, and I'm here to support her.
I'm Tessa, and I'm Emma's sister, and I'm here to support her.
I'm Jim. I'm Emma's dad, and I'm here to support her.
That's awesome.
I'm Heather, and I'm here because I know that I deserve it and I'm worth it. And I'm here to teach this little boy, Xander, behind me. He's laying on the floor asleep, but half giggling. So I'm here to make sure that he knows that he deserves it and he's worth it too.
I'm Christy, and I'm here because I'm finally learning to love myself for the first time in my life.
I'm Kim, and I'm here to help. This program helps me to reinforce the person that I know I'm meant to be.
Yep.
I'm Kyle. I'm here to stay humble and to solidify my sobriety.
My name's Derek, and you're right, Junior. She was a very free spirit grandma, and that's probably why she gave away the free hugs. I get it.
I'm Molly, and I'm here because this is the way I love to live.
I'm Randy, and I'm here in memory of my daughter, who I lost to this epidemic. I'm also here because I believe in this program, and I believe every life in this room is worth living and
I'm Pat. I'm Steve's mom. I'm here to support him.
I'm Steve. I come here to continue to improve.
I'm Dave. I'm here to support my son Steve and this really important program.
Justin, here to get back on track.
I'm Laura. I'm here for support and to stay sober.
I'm Craig, and I'm here for motivation. I always give it.
James, I'm here to focus about.
Ward, I'm here to listen and learn.
Shimon, I'm here to close the door on the past as far as the lifestyle I was living and excited about moving forward. I'm Jake, and I'm here to surround myself with good people.
Jake, do you work at Lakeside?
Mm-hmm.
I got fired from there years ago. Sweatshirt, no, I'm good company. That was a bad employee. That's why I got rid of it.
Hello, John. I'm here to give and receive support.
My name's Tom. I come here to continue to learn.
My name's Jesse. I'm here for support and to strengthen my sobriety.
My name's Amy. I'm here to learn and to absorb all the positive energy in this room.
Hi, I'm Mike. I'm here to support this awesome program. I'm also here because I value my life today.
My name's Tim, and I'm here to listen and learn so I can support my son Tanner.
My name is Haley, and I'm also here to support my son and to try to learn how to become a more uplifting person. And I feel like there's a lot of positivity here, and hopefully I can soak that up and take it home.
Yeah. We sell it in bags.
I'm Tanner, and I come here because he mentioned freedom, and I want to be free.
My name's Bob. I'm here because
I'm Chris, and I'm here to support this awesome program.
I'm Mike. I'm here for an education.
Awesome. Charming.
Good evening, everybody. I apologize for my tardiness. I'm here because of God's grace and mercy.
Yeah, I'm Mike. These meetings because I usually get something really good out of them, and I just like seeing everybody here.
I'm Todd, and I love being here and seeing awesome people just get more awesomer. That's a word. Good. Yeah. Who has Dee's poem, The Answer?
I have it. The Answer by Donald D. Carr. Running from the misery, trying to escape the pain, as I approach the light of hope that lies before me. Each step overwhelms me, every breath sears my throat. I ache, my body rebels against me. My memories torment me, Agony has become my closest companion. My demons mock me as I dangle helplessly above the abyss of alcohol and drug abuse. The voices all sound the same, criticizing, accusing, blaming me for what has happened. They don't understand, they don't care who I am. I am a human being full of thoughts and feelings. I am worth saving, just show me the way. At last I reach the light of promise. Here stands the answer. Open arms, understanding smiles, looks of trust, and so it begins, racing for recovery.
Okay, I made a couple of notes as we were going on the room for something to do tonight. I know there's a lot of hurting people out there. So let's talk about your process of healing, how that's been beneficial for you. If it's been difficult for you, share that too. Or if you're having a hard time even healing in the first place, raise your hand so we can help you heal some more. But what is the healing process like? Because I know a lot of people are going through some stuff right now, especially during this time of year. So what's that healing process like? And to keep it positive, how is this sober Christmas going to be awesome for you and your family? Right? There's some positivity for you, and that one's free. I'm not even selling that one. So again, how are you healing, and how is this Christmas going to be awesome? Yeah, Ward.
I'm Ward. I just want to share this. I was ready to leave this morning, and until I seen his sweater this morning, his ugly sweater. It was actually the group. I was really negative. I got a lot out of that group this morning. I'm going to stay. Take a day at a time. Just change is hard for me. I'm used to, it's hard for me to change my schedule and how I'm used to living. For me, it is. Change is hard, and I'm just going to have to accept this is going to be a change. I'm glad I went to that group.
So am I. I normally don't do this, but it's relevant because a couple other people have said some things about our Saturday group that we had that I have really appreciated. So, very quickly, can you just tell me or us why you were going to leave this morning? Hopefully, you're talking before the meeting, not after.
Yeah,
okay,
before.
That's good. All right.
Just one reason is I've never been in a hotel room in my life that I haven't been using or drinking, for one, and that kind of brings a little bit back, staying in a hotel. But Christmas time, I miss my son. I live with my 7-year-old, and we're really super close, and he's missing me too, so we're both kind of hurting. That's the only reason, just Christmas, and staying in a hotel, which I can learn to handle probably, but just discouraged a little bit. And I was a minute late to the meeting the day before, and they locked the door, and I kind of was upset about that too, because I didn't understand if you're even a minute late, they're not going to let you in, but now I know so I'm okay now. That's the main thing. This morning I just had a lot of negativity going on. I didn't want to go use. I just kind of wanted to go home to my own bed and what I'm used to.
All good.
It wasn't really anything you guys did. So.
It's the power of the Christmas sweater, Mike.
That's what did it.
Christy, you had your hand up.
First of all, I was going to ask you why you didn't wear your sweater for the podcast.
Because I embarrassed myself enough this morning.
And as far as what I'm looking for this Christmas, that's the absolute best Christmas present I can give myself and my family, so nothing's going to be able to touch me that day. I'm going to be trying not, I'm going to be really happy all day.
Awesome. Kim?
I don't know how this is gonna come out good, hopefully. In 2 more days, it'll be a year since my son passed away. He made a choice to just drink himself to death, and I'm coming to terms with that, thankfully, through this program. And this will actually be the second Christmas without him, because he passed away 4 days before Christmas last year. It was so chaotic, and it'll be rough. Well, let me rephrase that. It don't have to be rough, but I'll have my moments, but I know that I'm not going to or have to drink over it. And it just feels really good to be in a good headspace while I'm going through this and have all the peer support. I miss him like crazy, but hopefully he's proud of me.
He is. Heather. This Heather. Go ahead.
So I can relate to like you wanting to leave because like when I first came here, I hated it. I didn't want to be here. Like I wanted to be with my kids. And obviously I stayed and like, so now like relating it to like the whole thing and staying, like I promise you it's so like worth it. It's so much better. She's coming, she's here, and like this is the best, for me this was the best place to be, like having kids, because it's, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, like you can go see them, you can bring them here, you can, she's here all the time with me, like she stays the night with me, this is her home too, and like she knows everyone here, she's like comfortable here, so it like sucks at the beginning because like I didn't want to do it either, but like I was so afraid of the unknown because like I was so used to like misery and being just like hating life. Like I didn't think it was possible to like look forward to a future and like actually like want to wake up every day. So and then as far as like Christmas goes, I didn't really care if I was working yet or not to buy them anything. It was more so just like, okay, no, please, just leave it there. You run fast, we get it. It has nothing to do with like being able to buy them presents this year and like last year and the year before, like not getting them shit, my mom having to do it and everything like that. Like it's nice to be able to like give them a Christmas, but just to be around and like be alive and knowing that like my mom is gonna wake up and like not freak out if I'm gonna be at Christmas, or like I guess just taking the worry away from the people that care about me, and just the little things like cookie decorating with my family and just being present.
That's great. That's great. Elena?
Yeah, I was sitting here thinking about when I first came and how I would just cry. Sit over there because I didn't want to be on camera, and I'd rock and shake my leg, and the nervous system was just shot. And then fast forward to today, you know, Todd, when you said, if you feel good, say you feel good. And I immediately thought about that James Brown song. For those of us who maybe you're younger might not know it, but it's an old James Brown song. Anyway, it's just a vast difference from when I first came here. You know, with my one-on-ones and, you know, unraveling the traumas. You know, it took some hard work, and it takes hard work, because it's not done yet. I've just kind of just touched the surface, and it makes a difference. I remember the result of that is I'm smiling more, I crack quirky jokes, I dance, I'm singing. You know, it's okay to be me, as long as I'm not harming anyone. You know, and I know I can be goofy at times, but I'm having fun. And with the holidays coming, maybe my daughter will allow me to see my grandkids, maybe she won't. But that's okay, because I'm enough for the season. I have to remember, and I'm remembering what Christmas is about for me, with my beliefs. And it would be grand if I get to see the kids. And just hearing me say that, wow, because I would have been crying, and self-pity, isolating, which would lead to self-destruction. But I feel good, and I haven't felt good in so long. And it's not because I got a new car or a new house. knew anything. It's an inward. I just feel good. I miss feeling like that. Man, this place is really, one day at a time, changing my life. You know, I'm putting in the work. And sometimes it's not easy. But I know if I'm going to get to the board, I have to work for it. Because it's not just going to drop in my lap. You know, I was offered an apartment. And, you know, I chose to say yes to Alina and stay here. This is where I'm growing. You know, it's right here. And I'm not going to depart early just to have my own place. You know, this is giving me everything I need right now. And I'm not going to mess this up. I'm not messing this up. So I'm going to continue to stay and continue to learn and just flourish and be the woman that, my God, has called me to be. You know, and with that I'll pass.
That's good. Taylor?
I think this Christmas is going to be great because first and foremost, I'll be sober. This will be my son's third Christmas, and in those 3 years, I just didn't even want to get out of bed, and I just wanted the day over with. Like, I couldn't even, like, be happy for him. But, like, besides, like, the gifts, I'm just going to value, like, spending time with him sober this Christmas and enjoy being in the moment with him and being around loved ones. My cousin lives in New York because he was in the Army. He's going to be back in Toledo for Christmas. And the last time I seen him, I was messed up at the time, but he has 4 years clean. So it'll be nice to be around each other sober and have a good family time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Come on.
Oh, I was just gonna say, why this Christmas was gonna be so great is because it hasn't been long that I had like a big attitude change, but it's there, and I think this holiday season I think it's something that my family will notice, and I think it's something that I'll notice, and I'll be able to enjoy it a little more and enjoy it to the fullest instead of having to worry about making a shift or going and hanging out with friends after my family celebration. Because it wasn't even like I never really showed up. It just, I wasn't really there. And I was there for the gifts, and I was there for like the money. And I don't know, I just feel like lately my attitude change has been something that my family's noticing. So it's going to feel good to like actually enjoy the holiday and have them actually notice that I'm there too. So with that, I'll pass.
That's great.
So I don't know if this is really to do with Christmas, but I have to speak on this, and I even took notes because this is really important for me as a mom to speak this out. And myself, of course. So this week was kind of a revelation. It was a really hard week for me. I mean, I went through some failures, I went through some hardships, and it was like I was doing and like run the marathon. So I'm running like 7 miles, and I'm trying to be doing all these different things, peer support and all this stuff. And I had a failure, which made me realize like I need to kind of sit by myself and just think and meditate on, you know, what's going on. And when I stopped to sit down and really realize, like, I was like, it came in my head, and I think I realized that in group too, that I'm enough. Like, for the first time in my life, like, I'm enough for me. Like, and all my life I've never believed that I was enough. And that never really dawned on me until then. And that's why I was trying to put all this stuff in place. Like, you just went to school 8 hours of the day for the first time in his whole life. So I'm trying to, like, you know, overdo by putting a lot of stuff in there and not really doing everything well. And so it was funny because at this time, like, you know, the day, so I'm going through this, and I think it's weird how the universe works. Because then the next day it was like, I was supposed to hear this because in class, one of my friends, Chris, I'm going to call you out, sorry. So he calls me out in class and says, you know, when you come into the meetings, you're always like apologizing or explaining your child. And in that moment, like, I was pissed off. Like, I was really mad. Because I'm like, I'm doing all this stuff and you're not, you know, you don't know what I'm going through. But then all of a sudden, like, we kind of jived and talked, and like, I realized that he was so right, because what I was doing to him, or might have been doing to him, was making him feel like he wasn't enough. And that was like, whoa, like, so me like realizing that, you know, I was doing that to him, it's like you don't realize as a parent, and I'm like a baby, I'm like 2 months sober, so I'm out here doing all this, but, you know, I'm like, oh my God, like, that couldn't be further from the truth that he isn't enough. So I went home and I was laying in bed with Xander, and he's doing what he normally does. He's singing, he's playing, and I just looked at him and I said, Xander, I want you to know that you're enough for me, like you're more than enough. And, you know, he's singing and I don't even know if he's getting it, but he just looks at me and he goes, you're enough for me too, Mommy. And then, of course, like Xander always does, he said something funny. He's like, you're my best friend. But that was healing for me, because like, I know I'm enough for him, and that's really what it is that I never felt like I was enough, and now we both know that we're enough. And what my courageous, brave friend, who was shaking as he's telling me this in class, this was coming out of love. And this place is so important that you speak your mind and your heart, because he could have changed, like, I know he changed our lives, his life, because of him speaking out, and that was so hard for him to do. And it's really super important for us to remember that, like, the hard stuff, whatever it is that we're feeling, like, we need to get it out there. You know, whether it's speaking our hardest truth or telling someone else something, when it's coming from a place of love, it's only going to do good, even if it's not at that time. But, like, also, like, we're taught in this place to be ourselves for our eccentricities, for whatever we are, and that's beautiful. And that's what we have now here, that we can go and carry that in the world. So thank you, Chris, for like changing our whole lives, and I'm just really thankful for this place. And I think that's about the best Christmas present I could ever have, is that, like, I know I'm enough, and I can now teach him that he's enough. Thank you.
Let me take a moment. I don't, I'm sitting here, Kelly, and I'm thinking, and some of you guys and girls in here I don't know yet, really, and I hope to know you more as time goes on. And thinking of Ward that wanted to leave, and then I think of Heather, or listen to Heather and how she spoke about just stay, just stay. If you notice in here, we don't pass the hat and collect money. I didn't start this thing other than to have people get better. You don't owe me in anything, nothing, except just get your proverbial life together and enjoy it. That's paying, you know, me or Racing for Recovery or the people that grind. That's all you got to do. I don't want anything from anybody, nothing. I don't need money in here. You don't have to prove anything. I just want people to not use drugs, heal from the hurt that's causing you to use drugs, and go out there and enjoy life, because it's worth living. You know, there's sometimes, well, I'll be honest, because I don't bullshit people in here. I didn't want to run the meeting tonight for a lot of reasons. I stood at the door, and I almost was going to walk out, and a part of me is standing there, and I'm thinking, this is a success without even saying a word. Every week, look at these people. That's my view on it. And then the other part of me is like, you got a job to do, get in there and do your thing. But I want to look around. If you really pay attention to this program, again, we don't pass the hat, not that I'm bashing other programs that do that, you can pass your hats all day long. I did not start this for money. It's never been about money, it's not about being on television, writing books, who gives a crap about that? It's simply putting a message out there that somehow I was fortunate enough to have a little bit of self-esteem to kind of go my own way because I knew I would connect with like-minded people, and I have. So all I want you guys to do is utilize the people that are in here, the resources that are in here, and have a blast, because that's why we're getting off of drugs. If you are still getting off of drugs just to not use drugs, we got a lot of work to do with you, because that's not our definition of sobriety. Anybody can do that. That's why people go back and use drugs. They're not happy. We want to help you heal, be happy, and live. And you're doing that, right? So we're even. You don't owe me anything. Right? Larry, you're up.
Yeah, I don't even know where to begin. A few weeks ago, I had a life-changing experience. And it caused me to look at things, look at people, look at life, look at myself. Totally different. When I first got here, I didn't know how to act. It was actually quite comical for a lot of people. Most of them are in this room. As a matter of fact, one's right here, this table. But I learned a lot being here. Met a lot of people. I'm originally from Michigan. I just left Michigan, left friends that I thought were, well, I guess acquaintances. Relationships for 40 plus years. And after a while, you kind of figure people out. I can honestly say all my friends are here. And I was one of those people that would sit against the back wall, and here I am sitting, the camera's right on me. I don't care, because I'm proud of me, who I am today. I'm proud of this place. And I can honestly say, it's kind of, you see commercials, or you see people, if I can do it, you can do it. In a commercial, it's bullshit. But in real life, when you're here, and I thought to myself, I would never, ever say that to anybody. But if I say it, it's out of honesty, because I've been here somewhere, I don't even keep track, somewhere around 9 months, and I'm doing it. And there's not really a whole lot of rules and regulations. I mean, I just got to do what I got to do. I got to follow some rules and, everything. But newer people, if I ever say, if I can do it, you can do it, that's God. And we're not going to swear at the meeting today. But holidays for me, honestly, just kind of like another day. I have a son, found out some crazy news about my son. But with my son, I was never the greatest father, and I'm not, it's embarrassing to say that. I'm not proud of the things that I've done in the past. I'm not proud of the way I raised my son, but to this day, my son and I have a wonderful relationship. I talk to him, God, every day, sometimes twice a day. He's goofy, most of you guys know me pretty well. He's a little miniature me, a little goofball. I think for Christmas this year, everybody, I want them to go out and just have fun, be with their kids. I'll probably see my son during the holiday. I just hope everybody, this is what's going to make me happy. When I come here, people, Larry, it's so good to see you. How are you? I get a hug, I get a handshake. People literally love people here. I still don't even know what to call it, Racing for Recovery. It's not a program, it's not a rehab, to me, it's just a bunch of people striving for the same thing that'll help everybody out when you need help. But then, when they need help, we're all here for the same reason. Honestly, what would make this Christmas really, really good for me, go out there, be around the kids, don't make any bad choices, enjoy yourselves, and come back, because I want to see everybody again. And I just hope that, I hope I see everybody, because I enjoy seeing everybody. Simple as that. You too. She's so cute and smiling. But anyway.
Appreciate it. Go ahead.
I started working and I was all excited that I was going to be able to get my family presents and stuff this year. But when I sat down and I really realized this is the first Christmas I've been home since 2014. The last 4 Christmases I've spent in either a jail cell or prison. The closest I could get to my family was a letter or a phone call. But you know, I remember my mom saying on the phone to me that she was happy to have me in there because she didn't have to worry about me being dead. So like thinking about going home this year and being around my family, that's like the best gift that I can give them is my sobriety. It's just to look back the last few years, I never thought I was going to be out of the situation I was in. It's just a terrible, lonely feeling. So I'm just really blessed and thankful this year that I have my freedom.
Wow. Good stuff. Matt.
This Christmas is going to be good for me, I think, because I'm clean, sober. I have 3 amazing girls in my life that I almost lost again, that they keep giving me a chance for some reason. So I just want to be there for them. But something happened a couple days ago. One of my really good friends, like a brother to me, we're very close. I seen him start slipping and going down the wrong track, and it sucks because I had to sit back and let it because I couldn't risk my sobriety over that. And it sucks really bad, you know what I mean? But he contacted me and basically was crying, like, I need help, I don't have nowhere to go, blah, blah, blah. And I'm proud of myself and how strong I was, and I did not fall into that. You know what I mean? And the only help that I got him, and I told him, was, I'll get you to a detox facility, or I'll get you somewhere safe. So we made some calls, and we got in there, so he's safe, so that's a good thing. Yeah. But it was a big stepping stone for me, like, just to prove to myself again that I got this. And I did it, because I could have picked him up.
Answer 20th. Why are they doing that?
Third chance. I don't know, because I'm amazing. I guess they know me from before.
There you go.
They know it's a choice, and I can make the right choice. They know I can, because they see me do it before.
Good. You got that right. You're sure. That's good. You got it right. You're awesome. That's right. Perfect. RJ. Junior. You're up.
All right. Like Larry was saying, we've been in IOP for a minute. I love Larry. He's a funny dude. I remember numerous IOPs where you just have the whole group cracking up. After you mentioned that, I kind of reminisced about Heather used to beat everybody in ping pong, right? You had line guys waiting to play. She whooped my ass a few times. But I guess what I'm getting at, it's like those kind of things that break up the monotony of recovery. You know, it's just, we're all human beings in a sense, you know. Some days I go to IOP, you know, just not in the mood, but a little gesture by Larry putting himself out there to, you know, be goofy, as he says, or goofball, or whatever it may be, just really shows that everyone in this room cares and loves one another. It's hard to say it. I grew up in a system to where my biological parents, my dad was just a signature on the birth certificate, no pictures of him with me, never met him, and my mother had her own demons, so for me, it took a long time to realize and convey love. And it's not an act, it's just a combination of things, I guess you would say. You asked earlier about like Christmas as well as healing. I guess I'm going to combine both of those. For me, the best gift I gave myself last Christmas was forgiving myself. I'm not a very religious person. I do believe in higher power. But at my deepest depression and lowest point in my life, there was numerous times where I attempted and contemplated suicide. Now looking at it, and once again, I respect all religions, whoever my creator is and everyone else's would be the exact opposite of what they had envisioned when they put us on this earth. And I'm glad that things turned out the way they did with me. I'm not perfect. I have my imperfections. For years, my adopted father, I felt like I lived in his shadows because he was very accomplished in his community. And as well as his brothers and sisters, my aunts, uncles. I was arrested, all that kind of stuff. But it took me a while, and this place, for me to realize is that there's not going to be another me. There's not going to be another Larry. I'm not going to mimic my father. I just got to do the best that I could do and just pass on the love, the compassion, and caring, I guess. It's rough this time of year. You know, my mother's gone, and uncle died a couple day after Thanksgiving. First time I've ever been to a funeral. I was a pallbearer, but it just makes you appreciate life and what Racing for Recovery has in this room. You know, there's times where you could feel, for the most part, an essence in the environment. You know, it's something you can't explain. But I'm just grateful to be part of this, and for anyone else out there that's just starting their journey, the biggest gift you can give yourself as well as your loved ones is forgive yourself, because it just takes one decision to impact a lot of people for their life. And once again, I'm not perfect, and I made some bad choices, but I know whoever's up there understands and forgives us as long as we're putting the right foot forward.
Absolutely. Good stuff. Yeah, Chris.
Holidays for me, this holiday, I feel great right now. It's going to carry on, and will. It's always been just another day for me. Whether either I was in jail or getting off so far that I didn't remember, to call home and wish my parents had, whatever, happy birthday, Merry Christmas, New Year's and stuff. But I mean, this one's different. I'll be spending it with my family for sure. I'll be spending it here at Racing for Recovery. I'm doing the stuff I love to do with the people that are present, and anything like other. That's awesome. I think that's probably the best present I could have gotten. I can get a little bit. Makes me feel really good. It's been a while since I found something in life that gives me, it makes my heart smile. It's cool I found it here. I feel like Racing for Recovery. I don't know what Racing for Recovery is. The first thing that popped in my head is like humanity is what it is. It's an example of humanity, like helping other people, unconditionally loving people, each other, and lifting everybody up to get to a better place and a higher place. I guess I'm not really worried about buying presents for anybody. I'll be sober, so that's the best present I can give myself. A hug would do just fine.
Yeah. John?
I feel like for me, I didn't truly start to heal and move forward with my life until I started to deal with the unresolved issues of why I was using in the first place. Those are things that made me very uncomfortable and just things I never wanted to deal with. Like just being sober for a little bit. That wasn't enough for me because I would always go back because I wasn't dealing with why I was using in the first place. When I look back at it and really think about it, I don't think I ever really hated myself. I think I hated things that had happened to me and how they made me feel. And then I made choices based on those feelings. And I never truly realized that because I didn't want to deal with them because I was embarrassed and ashamed, and I didn't I felt like I was alone in that struggle, and no one else had gone through those things, and no one else would understand, and I was wrong. That is when I turned a corner, and I truly started to heal, and not just like a facade. Like, I'm not perfect, and I still make mistakes, but I'm sober today, and I'm dealing with my issues, and I'm at peace, and I'm just in a good place, which is new and weird, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. And as far as Christmas, this will be my first Christmas sober since I was a child, like young. It'll be the first time that I can get gifts and not have to worry about 2 days later returning them because I'm so sick. It'll be the first time my mom and Marty, my dad, had their son back. My brother has his brother back. My friends have their friend back. And that's because of this place and staying sober. And it's powerful. There's so much more to life. Staying sober is a big part of it. Live your life and love and do what makes you happy and pursue your passions. Don't just get sober and sit around and be miserable. Man, go live life. That's it.
That's good, dude. Right on. Man.
I agree with like what everyone was saying tonight. Like healing is, when I first came to this program, I didn't really know what healing really was. I just thought, oh, I'm going to put down the drugs, I'm going to put down the alcohol, and live the rest of my life. When I stayed in this program for a little bit, I started realizing that I had to heal in a lot of aspects of my life, and that was mentally, emotionally, physically, especially in health, socially, and once I started building that and started really healing from that, it felt rewarding, and I really thrived off that. I enjoyed that feeling of healing from what really started all this, and being a person that I always wanted to be. You know, I'm not healed yet, even half the way, but you know, as long as I completely just live this lifestyle that is taught to myself and all of us, maybe one day I'll live this best life that I've always dreamed of. So.
Before we wrap up, this is weird coming from me, but for those that pray for other people and stuff, I know there's a lot of people in here. I don't want to get in this person's business, Shelby, but pray for her situation and her wellness, because she's a good egg and she deserves that. So, I know that's weird coming from me, but just do that. And I want to say this, for those, I know Adam's sitting in here, if you're a hockey fan or a player or whatever, there's a term that is said a lot during games, and it's stay in it. You know, the guys on the bench, you hear them say, stay in it, stay in it. And that just means, you know, if your shift's out there and you're dragging, stay in it. You know, if you're fighting, you're down a couple of goals, stay in the game or whatever. And I think that is so applicable to, like, Ward, what you were talking about earlier. Just stay here. However long it takes you to speak like this, do that. You know, and if it takes you 2 years to do that, okay, then it's 2 years. If it takes you, well, it's going to take you more than 6 weeks. I'll tell you that. It'll definitely take you more than 18 IOP sessions so your judge can sign off on your treatment. That's not how this works. Stay in this until you are living. Somebody want to get that? Kurt, you good? No. Stay around until literally like you can speak like that, and it takes time. Or speaking the way Heather eloquently did. This thing, I don't like saying it works because that's used other places. I've seen people experience lives that they've never thought they would A, deserve, B, thought they could have, and then when they actually have it, what it does for their life and how they take that and help somebody else. But it takes time. It takes a lot of time. I know people get frustrated. I've got 6 months. I should have my family back. It's like, says who? Right? When you're getting better, it's not when you know it so much. Other people will tell you. They'll see it in you. They'll tell you, hey, you look good, or hey, I heard you're doing. It won't be, hey, I heard you peed in my mailbox again last night. That's what was said. You know, people will see. They'll see the goodness that you're doing, and your true self comes out. But just give this time. I guarantee you, it'll pay off. I've never had somebody that has come in here, that's been around, that has said, yeah, that place sucked. If they say that, they're disappointed because they went back out and tried drugs again and it didn't work, and then they came back and said, yeah, I'm going to give it another go this time. But let this work for you. Let the people here help you to be your best. And next year at Christmas time, you'll be talking a completely different thing, I guarantee. Right? Who has our closing poem?
Right here.
Go ahead.
Autobiography in 5 short chapters by Portia Nelson. I walk down the street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I am lost. I am hopeless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I am in the same place. When it isn't my fault, it takes a long time to get out. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it is there. I still fall in. It's a habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am. It is my fault. I get out immediately. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. I walk down another street.
Thanks for coming, everyone.
Good.